Hey, this is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. And in this video, I'm talking about a question a YouTube subscriber asked me. He said, have I ever made a video for seniors who have old credit card debt where the debt collector is trying to beat up your grandmother or your grandfather to pay that old credit card debt that they happen to have built up? Now, we're not talking about where we want people to just be building up debt and not paying it. We're not talking about that. What I'm gonna discuss in this video is where just a person think, life happens to everybody, and sometimes people lose income. Sometimes with a senior, they lose their spouse or their companion, and family and isn't really there to back them up, and they're maybe don't have a huge pension, and they're making it on Social Security and whatever other things that they do. In one of my videos, I had talked about the senior uh, that I had helped with the where her husband had passed away, and he had bought a new Cadillac, and I had talked about that in one of my past videos. With that when I had helped her, it made me like it was like a message that I have to do this business, that this was something that I wanted to do because it helped so many people. And it was from her. She was a senior, and what we had ended up being able to resolve with that vehicle that she was left with. Now, for this question here was with old credit card debt. Now, let me tell you, I have made a video on this where I had included that if you have a credit card company coming after you and you are a senior, you're on limited income, you're just getting Social Security, you're on disability, you are retired, whatever, you can inform the debt collector of your financial situation. They might ask a few questions, but it is more than likely that they will cease all collection activities when they find out. Remember, they don't know anything about you. They don't know your age. The original creditor may know your age, but they don't know. And as until you start opening up that communication and letting them know what's going on in your life and why you're not able to pay, they're going to just believe that you have a big drawer full of money or a safe, uh, somewhere hidden in your house full of money, and you just don't want to pay them. Uh, if you'll be surprised if you make that call to the debt collector, or you answer that call from the debt collector and you let them know that you're a senior, Social Security, you just don't have the money. They will usually either send that back to whoever sent it to them. If it was a third party debt collector, they'll send it to them, and they might just write it off on a 1099. If it's the original creditor, they can send it back to that original creditor after they notate what had happened, what's happening specifically with your credit, with your financial situation as a senior who can't pay this credit card debt. They will send it back to the original creditor, and the original creditor can choose to do a 1099-C debt cancellation. This happens all the time, and I tell people to do this. That's why if you have a legitimate financial situation, unemployed, even if you're not a senior, you're unemployed, and you notify the debt collector, they will either put it on hold or they will send it back to the original creditor or send it back to the debt collection company that they're collecting it for, because they know that they can't get anything from you. So you're giving them the information to make a determination on what they want to do moving forward. If you don't, all they think you're doing is just hiding from them. So if you are a senior, you have credit card debt, you're on disability, limited income, whatever it is, call that company up, let them know. They will probably tell you, if you're dealing with the original creditor, they're going to probably tell you some options. One of the options might be that they're going to just write it all the way off and do 1099-C. And or if you're dealing with a debt collector, they may say, well, we're going to send it back. We're going to put your information in, notate it, and then they're going to perhaps send it back. They might want to have you fill out a sheet just so they have proof that it's not just your words. They might ask for that. Make sure that you review that sheet and you put the answers on there that you believe are 100% true. and you can see what might happen. But if you are a senior, it is going to be hard for them to collect any old credit card debt from you if you make the steps, if you do the steps that I just told you to do in the video. Now, when dealing with old credit card debt, I want to also bring this up because you may not be aware of it, just in case. You should look to make sure that that old credit card debt is not not past the legal statute of limitations to collect, because you use the word old credit card debt. Every state has a statute of limitations to collect debt that is not a judgment, that has not went to court, you lost and they got a judgment against you. That's 20 years to collect. If they have not gotten that, then you need to check your credit reports, and you can go to the website your3scores.com, download those credit reports, look at the charge off date on that old credit card debt. Then go to my website on my blog, type in statute of limitations. The page will open up, and for credit card debt, that's going to be in the fourth column. It's different for every state. If it is past that statute of limitations date, you do not have to deal with saying your financial information about Social Security, none of that. All you have to do is just notify them, and I give you the letter. That letter is below this video. It's the SOL letter, statute of limitations letter, so you can notify them that the debt that they're trying to collect from you is past the legal statute of limitations to collect. You don't have to get into any of your other personal information. You're notifying them. I give you that letter. The letter is below this video. So I hope that this helps you out with that. If you have old credit card debt, you're a senior, this is what you can do. And if you have any old credit card debt or old debt, this is what you need to do. You need to follow that process that I just explained to you. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. The link is below this video. Watch the video, what makes us different. If you can follow our process, I invite you to become a customer. If you cannot, please choose another company. If you need your credit reports and scores, please go to the website your3scores.com. That is like your credit reports, having complete credit report scores, all the comments, everything. We give that to you with that credit report service that we use. That's like having the gas for your automobile. And if you need the cease and desist letter, the statute of limitations letter, and the debt validation letter, those links are below this video. Thank you for your time, and until next time.